I guess now this is the part where I'm going to apologize to you for something which most fans don't even know about. Just a blip on the radar in Boston when you played against the Celtics during that championship, I think in 1986. Ralph Sampson had an incident with Jerry Sichting where he gave him a right cross. I guess it was a right cross. And Ralph came back to Boston. Houston came into Boston. And in the rafters, there's I guess it was like a mannequin with your jersey on, your number, your name, hanging from the rafters. I have to apologize. And I wasn't even there, but just a bad spot in Boston history that people don't even talk about. Could you talk about a little bit about it and how it affected you?
Well, let's go back to the incident in Houston. I mean, they were up. It was kind of a close-out game. I said, if you're going to win this thing, in my mind, you're going to win it on your spot. You're not going to win it on home court because that's just my mentality going in. So first quarter, I had like 15 points, 8 rebounds, and I was, rolling a little bit. And they would come around. You know how the guard, you sit a pick down and your shooting guard come out, whatever. So I sit a pick down and Danny Ainge come out, run around the pick. He hit me in the nuts. I sit a pick down, come back around. Jerry Sichting did the same thing. And God bless it. So DJ, favorite guy, with the play. I mean, they run around. They were just some, guys that would do that to irritate because I was, then I had Bill Walton guarding me. I was like, come on, Bill, you can't guard me.
And now Sichting and Sampson, and now Dennis Johnson, and a melee is broken out here.
So that kept happening, and I was so hyped up. And it happened down the court, and then one time it happened, I just got frustrated, and then we went to blows, right? And went with the swing. So I look up, my 2 freaking sisters are on the end of the court, come out the stands, and everybody just went. Then they obviously kicked me out of the game, and then we win that game going back to Boston. So I leave that game, and then all of a sudden there was all this hate letters and calls and whatever it be. So the team said, basically, we got this out, so we got to have security around it. So we had security around me. So I was on the floor in Boston, so I knew that we had to do something, but they were on one end of the floor and on one room, and the other one's on one side for my room. So if anything went down, I was right beside those security people. So we get to the game, obviously, and the thing you're talking about that, resonates as well because we get in the game and you know how the Garden was, it just hyped up and you're ready to play. We trying to get there before the game, before Larry gets the game, because he will always try to be the first one on the court. And Rod Reed, we try to beat him on court just to frustrate him. So we did a little bit of that. But you're right. There was a mannequin or stuffed animal or stuffed human figure, right, with socks and jerseys and 50, and they had an afro wig on it, whatever. And then they had number 50 on it, had Sampson back, and they had a noose hanging up over the rail of the Boston Garden. Like they were going to hang me when I got there. So I understand that, at that point I looked up, okay, great. But it only motivated me to play harder. Number one. Number two, after the game, like, okay, we play and we know they're going to win, right? So Bill Fitch knows that crowd, which he got us off the court, which was the smartest thing to do now that I look back, even after I talked to him and said, I got you off the court because something was going to happen. And so he put the starters in the locker room. We got us all the court with security. But, it was something you look at, and now you look at it again and see the magnitude of it. It's kind of crazy, right? That you have to go in an arena and play, and they allow that to happen in the arena. I don't think they would do that today, or somebody did today, probably security would take them out. But, it's nature of the beast in Boston. You understand their passion, though, for their team. But then you do something against their team, then some people may do that. So, and as you look at it, and apologize for it, which you don't have to, but it motivated me to play harder. And then as I look back at the times today, it's like, what's the significance of that? And how can we change people's attitude, especially in the world we live today with Black Lives Matter, things that happen in Charlottesville, things we see every day. Now you see the difference, even in the election and the votes of people out here that, got a misconception of what life's about, to me.
Yeah.
And we all people, we all should love each other. We all should respect each other, but it's not a white or black matter. It's just a life matter. And then people get it all mixed up when we got a long way to go to get this thing corrected for sure.
I look back at that and it's so shocking. And I remember it was actually a Celtic official that went up to the top and actually took it down.
Okay.
And what was even more shocking about it to me was not only was it there, but when they took it down, they were taking it down, people started booing the guy who took it down. I was like, this is like a no-brainer. I mean, I understand that times are different. We're talking 30 plus years, but that was, if people don't talk about that, a lot of people won't remember it. You might want to go, as my broadcast partner said, go back and Google it, fans, because you would be like, that happened during our lifetime. And that to me was absolutely like unbelievable.